Music icons often live under intense public scrutiny. Their lives, triumphs, and struggles are magnified. But what happens when those struggles involve the law? Today, we're looking at several well-known musicians who have been involved in significant criminal cases. We'll be exploring the facts based on public records and reputable reporting, from charges and trials to convictions and acquittals. It's a complex area where fame intersects with the justice system. Our goal here is not to judge, but to present the reported facts of each case. We'll cover the musicians provided in the list, starting with cases resulting in convictions. First, R. Kelly, an R&B superstar whose career spanned decades. Despite years of allegations, Kelly faced federal trials in New York and Chicago. In 2021, he was convicted in New York on charges including racketeering tied to serious misconduct involving minors, as well as kidnapping and forced labor. In 2022, he was convicted in Chicago on charges related to illegal materials involving minors and obstruction of justice. He is currently serving lengthy prison sentences. Next, Chris Brown, a prominent figure in pop and R&B. In 2009, Brown was involved in a highly publicized case involving a serious physical altercation with his then-girlfriend, Rihanna. He was charged with felony assault. Brown ultimately pleaded guilty to felony assault and received 5 years of probation, community service, and behavioral counseling. Phil Spector was a legendary music producer known for his wall of sound technique. In 2003, actress Lana Clarkson was found dead in Spector's home. After an initial mistrial, Spector was tried again. In 2009, he was found guilty in a fatal shooting case and sentenced accordingly. He was sentenced to 19 years to life in prison and died while serving his sentence in 2021. Bobby Shmurda, a rapper who gained viral fame with his hit Hot Bigger. In 2014, Shmurda, along with members of his GS9 crew, was arrested and faced multiple charges, including conspiracy, unlawful possession of a firearm, and public safety violations. In 2016, he pleaded guilty to fourth-degree conspiracy and second-degree criminal weapons possession. He served approximately 6 years in prison before being released in 2021. Tekashi 6ix9ine, also known as Daniel Hernandez, is a rapper known for his aggressive style and controversies. In 2018, he was arrested on federal organized crime and weapons-related charges connected to an affiliated group. He pleaded guilty to multiple counts in 2019 and became a key witness for the prosecution, testifying against other gang members. His cooperation led to a significantly reduced sentence of 2 years in prison, which he completed. Tupac Shakur remains one of hip-hop's most influential figures, even decades after his death. In 1995, before his death, Tupac was convicted on charges related to a serious misconduct case involving a woman in New York. He was sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison. He maintained his innocence and was released on bail, pending an appeal after serving about 9 months. He was tragically murdered in 1996 before the appeal was resolved. Not all cases end in conviction. Sid Vicious, bassist for the punk band Sex Pistols, had a turbulent life. In 1978, he was charged in connection with the death of his girlfriend, Nancy Spungen, in the Hotel Chelsea in New York. Vicious initially confessed, but later recanted. However, he passed away from a drug-related incident in February 1979 while out on bail, before his trial could take place. The case was subsequently closed. Now, let's look at cases that resulted in acquittals. Snoop Dogg, a giant in West Coast hip-hop. In 1993, Snoop Dogg, real name Calvin Broadus, and his bodyguard were charged in connection with a fatal incident involving a rival. They argued self-defense. In 1996, both Snoop Dogg and his bodyguard were acquitted of the death charges. Perhaps one of the most famous trials involving a musician was that of Michael Jackson, the king of pop. In 2005, Jackson faced serious allegations involving minors, along with conspiracy charges. The trial garnered intense global media attention. After months of testimony, the jury acquitted Michael Jackson on all counts. Finally, the case of Meek Mill highlights the complexities and potential pitfalls of the justice system itself. Meek Mill, a successful rapper from Philadelphia, was arrested in 2008 on controlled substance and firearm-related charges and subsequently convicted. What followed was a decade-long battle with the probation system, involving controversial violations and periods of imprisonment that drew widespread criticism and sparked the hashtag Free Meek Mill movement. His original conviction was eventually overturned by an appeals court in 2019 due to credibility issues with the arresting officer. Later that year, he pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor firearm charge, with all other charges dropped, officially ending the long-running case. His experience has made him a prominent advocate for criminal justice reform. So, from convictions and lengthy sentences to acquittals and complex legal battles that spanned years, the intersection of music stardom and the criminal justice system is multifaceted. These cases often involve serious circumstances and have lasting impacts on everyone involved, including victims and the artists themselves. We've aimed to present the factual outcomes based on public records. Thank you for watching. If you found this overview informative, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more content. Share your thoughts in the comments below.